What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dead on Dave. Holy shit, you are live with me here, coming out of Germany, 6:17 in the morning. But I tell you, there is no dream as splendiferous as what we just saw at NXT TakeOver Dallas. For all of those naysayers who said the card was overrated, that it could not possibly live up to the hype, that maybe even I was overrating what we would see, all of these things. Well, it turns out what you guys thought, what some of you thought, was shit. Because not only did it live up to the expectations, it surpassed the expectations in a whole bunch of different ways. Look, we got a lot to talk about. We're going to get to your calls live on Skype. David Vancura, D-A-V-I-D-V. Misspelled my own name. That's how excited I am. D-A-V-I-D-V-A-N-C-U-R-A. And of course, 702-751-2902, the number. Make sure you call in when the time is right. But we got a lot to get to. Oh, let's calm down, take a breath, and digest everything that we just saw. Because holy ballsack, was it amazing. Did we see so much goodness? So much goodness in this night. All throughout the card. They had to bump a match because of the awesomeness that was going on. Poor Apollo Crews. I mean, most people didn't want to see that match anyway, so it got completely bumped. Look, we're gonna get through everything, and I'm gonna go through the card in order, but we're gonna start with the NXT Championship. Okay, we're gonna start with it because of the controversy and the kind of the craziness involved with it. Look, I'm all for, situational blood and all of that. Look, I have no problems with it. I'm not one of these people who's like, oh, no blood. No, I like blood when it's used in proper situations. This was accidental blood. This was not the same thing as a planned spot. You could see what happened later on in the match where it was a headbutt that actually did it. A headbutt. After it was actually from a Samoa Joe knee strike, they collided heads, and the location of the cut, I did not feel for a second they were actually going to stop the fight. I didn't think they would actually stop the fight. I like the fact that they tended to the cut. I like the fact that Joe shrugged them off. I like the fact they continued to try to close that cut. It made it feel real because it was fucking real. But look, everybody could say, well, like wrestling has been, you don't stop. Look, in every combat sport in the world other than wrestling, there are rounds. There are times where there are cut men, people who are able to come in and try to close that cut, especially when it's around an eye. Especially when it's around an eye. It's not a good spot to get a cut, and there was so much blood. So I'm okay with the WWE trying to stop that blood loss. Completely fine with it. Completely fine with it. We're going to talk about the finish of that match and so much more just a little bit. I wanted to touch on it quickly before we got to the other stuff, and then we're going to come back to this match. Big shout out to everyone in chat. Black Lagoon, Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah, who is over the moon with this pay-per-view like most people are. Pittsburgh boy, Christy Graham, Fake Ass Twat. We got all Sleeping Angels. We got all kinds of good people in the chat. What's going on, guys? Let's get into it, man. We're going to go in order of what happened. I guess we can eliminate Apollo Crews and Mr. Guitar Douche. Sorry, man, I kind of feel bad for him. But you know what? It didn't belong on the card anyway, to be completely honest. Let's get into it, starting with the Tag Team Championship match. Holy shit. If there is a way to start off a pay-per-view, if there is a way to start off a card, this is it. In spite of a very big and unavoidable looking botch. I mean, Jesus, that botch was nasty out of Dash and Dawson. Even with that botch, which the crowd chanted Botchamania to, this match was so goddamn good. This match was so good. Say what you want about the Revival, about, maybe not everybody connecting with them. They are such a good goddamn tag team. Before I continue, Andrew Gurrican, question, Dave. In the UFC, did they stop the fight because there is blood? No, only during the end of the rounds. Did I say they should have stopped the fight? No, I didn't say they should have stopped the fight. What I said was, in every other combat sport in the world, there's a break between rounds where they can stop a cut, not stop a fight. I'm glad they didn't stop a fight. They did the actual right thing. There are no rounds, so they had to go and stop the bleeding of Joe. It was the right thing to do. It protects them or protects... Fuck that. Get out of here. With anybody criticizing the stopping of that, get out of here. Call in and I'll set you straight. Anyway, back to the tag team championship match, because that's what we need to start with. That's what we need to talk about. Fantastic. I mean, everything about it, the way the Revival work as a tag team is just incredible. They stopped so much of the momentum of American Alpha throughout. Crawling underneath the ring to break up a tag, brilliant. You don't see it all the time. Absolute brilliance. And American Alpha, who I've been trying to classify. I've been trying to, because like with the Revival, it's real easy. You know, they're the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. They're the Brain Busters. It's very easy. It's very easy to put them in a category. Cass and Enzo, the New Age Outlaws. I mean, it's very easy to categorize. American Alpha for so long has given me fits. Like, who do they... Because they remind me of somebody. Tonight it clicked for me. Their mannerisms, the outfits, the uniforms, everything clicked. They're the goddamn Steiner Brothers, man. They are a better, quicker version of the Steiner Brothers. Yes, I said better version of the Steiner Brothers. Believe that shit. They are a better version of the Steiner Brothers. It is exactly who they are. I am thrilled with this match. I love the ending. I did feel it was a little abrupt, just a tiny bit. I feel there was a couple endings tonight that were a little bit abrupt, but I loved it. I loved the ending. I thought it was solid, very smart. There leaves a little bit of discourse. Like, the Revival certainly deserves a rematch. I'm sure they're going to get it. Absolutely sure they're going to get that. But I absolutely love this, man. I thought it was a great way to start the show. Just incredible. Incredible way to go. Incredible way to put the titles on American Alpha in a way that really seems important. So Bear, and cue that Dave said Steiners sucked. No, never said that. I'm a big Steiner Brothers fan. But you know what? Bear is 100% right, because people seem to take things that I didn't say and go, oh my God, he said they sucked. No, it never happened. Hey, make sure you guys, 54 goddamn people in the chat. I want to see 54 fucking likes. All right? 54 people watching. We saw it was a little bit more than that. I want to see 54 likes at the very least. Hit the like button, man. Show a little bit of love to the channel. Also, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Pick up some gear over at www.deadondave.spreadshirt.com. I'm actually selling a few shirts. Holy fucking shit. Can you believe that? Look at the mugs here. Look at those mugs. Go get them over at www.deadondave.spreadshirt.com. You can also donate to the channel. If you have any questions you want to jump the line to, go ahead and donate to the channel right in the description box below, and I'll answer your question immediately and all that good stuff. You can also plug your website or your projects by using that, and you'll see it come up on the screen. So there's a nice little way to plug your projects if you want to do that for as little as just $1, you know? So there you go. All right, man. I think we can move on from the tag team titles for now, even though this is a match that you can go back to and talk about over and over and over. What sucks about it is it's going to get overshadowed tonight because of so many other things that happen. It's one of the best matches on the card, but the problem is there was real no weak spots. And I know what you're going to say. Well, what about the next match? What about Aries and Corbin? That was kind of a weak spot. No, I don't think it was. Okay? This was a very difficult match. I didn't realize how much bigger Corbin was than Aries. I really didn't until I saw them in there. Corbin did a fantastic job tonight. While this match might not have been able to live up to what the tag team titles match did, who the fuck could follow that? I mean, Jesus, who could follow that? And not easy match to follow. I feel that this match really did do some great stuff. I feel that Corbin worked a fantastic fantastic. Clinton donated $2. What a show. That is what you call wrestling. Thank you, Clinton. I appreciate the donation. Hulk Hogan also is playing the guitar for you. Thank you very much for that very kind donation. I really dug what Corbin did tonight. I really did. I thought it was very smart. I thought it was great heel work. I did think he was going to beat Aries. I thought this was going to be a situation where Aries was going to be putting over Baron Corbin. I expected that to happen. It didn't happen. And you know what? I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. It's a roll-up type situation. This is not a absolute 100% burial of Corbin. This is the beginning of a feud. This is the beginning of an actual program. And I think it's actually the best thing that they could do with these two guys at the time. Baron Corbin needs that final seasoning, that final finishing. And Austin Aries might be the perfect guy to do it for him. And Austin Aries needs a really good beginning feud, getting a huge win over a guy who's established in NXT. This works for everybody. It was a very smart move by everybody here. Even though the match did not live up to the tag team titles match, I enjoyed this. I thought it was well done. Aries hit some good moves. Baron Corbin, just his mannerisms, the things that he said during the match, the way that he was being that uber heel was really, really great. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was a lot of fun. Corbin is winning me over every time I see him because of the improvements that he's making. I really did enjoy that. So we'll see where it goes from there. Pittsburgh Boy asks, is Dave doing a WrestleMania prediction show tomorrow? Of course I am. Course I am. Look at all these new graphics that Sal's been making for me. You think that there's not something special for the WrestleMania prediction show? You think that I don't have something cooked up special for the prediction show? Yes, I do. Tomorrow night, Saturday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, maybe 7 p.m. Maybe I'll go a little bit later for some of you jamokes out there. 6 or 7, look for the link. It'll definitely be up. You're not going to want to miss that prediction show because I've got a lot to say about WrestleMania. Things are changing my mind, so make sure about that. Cappuccino080 says, Baron Corbin is improving as fast as he's losing hair. It is thinning. It is thinning. It is thinning. But look, I liked the match. I thought Corbin did a great job. This match is certainly going to be forgotten about, which may not be the worst thing in the world, because I think this is an absolutely good feud that obviously is not being resolved during this card, but it got sandwiched between an opening match that showed and displayed an amazing tag team prowess that we just don't see in wrestling anymore, and then it was followed by not match of the night, not match of the week, not match of the month, not match of the year. Look, guys, I gotta be honest, this is match of the fucking decade. This is the best match I have seen in 2000, the teens, maybe in the entire... This is one of my favorite matches I've ever watched in my life. And I feel like I might be overselling it just a little bit. But god damn was that match amazing. Zayn and Nakamura. Everything about this match worked. I mean, I was emotional. I mean, like, emotional during this match. I was vocal. I was sweating. I sweat all the time because I'm fat and I sweat when I fucking breathe. But the point is, this match engaged me and brought me back to why wrestling is awesome. It wasn't just because of the physicality and the Japanese style. It just brought back all these memories from wrestling days of old. Sami Zayn not only held his own with Nakamura, he brought everything into this fucking match. I don't know, man. Fake Ass Twat says, match of the decade? I'm so fucking done. Goodbye. Well, then get the fuck out. Because name another match that was better than this. Start to finish, man. There was not a down spot in this match. Nakamura, just how amazing Nakamura instantly connected with this crowd that, for all intents and purposes, could have just not even known who he was. But this was a smarter crowd. This is a crowd that was ready for him. and the way he was able to interact, the way that Sami Zayn was able to do what he does, I don't think Sami Zayn's ever looked better. Man, this match was incredible. The back and forth, the physicality, the storytelling. My God. This is his first match in WWE, man. Nakamura is going to be a ridiculous star. I mean, ridiculous. Fake ass SWAT. It was great, don't get me wrong, but fucking real, best match in 10 years. Give me a match. You're saying I'm wrong. Give me something that rivals this. I mean, look, as good as Sasha and Bayley was, and they were great, this match fucking dwarfs that. And that's the greatest women's match we've ever seen, Bayley and Sasha. This blew that out of the fucking mind. I can't even begin to tell you how just happy this match made me, man. I was emotional. I was crazy. Idiot Wrestling, Dave better than Bayley Banks? Yes, I just said it. I know you're on delay, so you didn't hear me say it. But now you're hearing it. Yeah. Fake ass SWAT. Taker Sean? No, this is better than Taker Sean. This is better than Taker Sean, man. Yes, maybe Taker and Sean had more oomph to it and more importance. But as a wrestling match, I don't know, man. As a wrestling match with no other outside fucking things. Look, the reason why Flair and Shawn, Flair and Taker, Triple H and Shawn, and a lot of these other matches that you can point to and go, this was great for that reason, this was great for this reason. They have storylines that are built for years or stipulations that were altering to the fucking industry. This was a debut match from a guy that nobody fucking knew on American soil, you know? And Sami goddamn Zayn. And it was right there with all of those matches. So for me, it's not even a question that this match is in that category or higher, because it didn't have all the other things going for it that those other great matches had. It's just my opinion. I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm just saying what works for me. And let me tell you, this match I would take at a main event of WrestleMania any goddamn year. They portrayed Nakamura perfectly. His music was wonderful. The lighting effects, everything about it, perfect. Everything about it and perfect. SF Boy, Dave, swallow your pride and admit you're wrong. What the fuck are you talking about, SF Boy? You're an idiot. You know what? Opinions are not wrong, okay? If that's the way I feel, that's the way I fucking feel. So go on timeout and eat it. How about that? Go on timeout and fucking eat it. Fuck off. I don't want to hear that shit. Man, I loved it, man. I don't care. For me, this is a match that fucking killed it for me. Now, tomorrow, could my mind change? Sure. When I watch it again, can I go, okay, maybe some other matches that I've seen in the last 10 years were way better, but I don't think anything is going to make me go way better. It's on that level is the point. It's on that level. That's the point, and that's what I mean by it. This was a fantastic match. It's called superlatives, people. It's called superlatives. Fantastic. Great ending. Great ending to the fight, too. I mean, they renamed the knee, which I'm okay with. They renamed the knee. It felt real. It felt real. You know, the whole thing, it absolutely felt real. And that's what was so great about this match. It was just, breathtaking. It was breathtaking. Let's move on because people want to call in, I'm sure. Make sure you guys hit that like button in the chat. Anthony Gibbons, the Ninja Duck, Idiot Wrestling, all these people. Make sure you hit the like button. We're going to be taking calls in just a few minutes. Women's title. Now, this is what had to follow Zayn and Nakamura. So this match could have easily been forgotten because of that. It wasn't. It wasn't. A lot of people are going to have an issue with this match because of the ending. I thought the ending was brilliant. It was a little anticlimactic, I admit that, but I thought the ending and the match was absolutely brilliant because this is going to set up a war between Bayley and Asuka. I love that Bayley got put out because it's like she just got caught. She just got caught because that's what happened. It felt like a real situation that she just got caught in a hold by someone who just got her. I wasn't, okay, if we're going to nitpick some of the wrestling aspects, I didn't like that Asuka basically no-sold all the leg strikes. I didn't like that. That was a little annoying, just as the wrestling purist, like, they've got to sell everything. Like, that little fucking idiot that's in my head kind of went, Anthony Gibbons, hey, man, bad news in the chat. Anthony Gibbons says, I got bad news, Dave. My grandpa passed away on Tuesday. I'm really sorry to hear that, buddy. Really sorry to hear that. But it's kind of hard for, but way to bring down the room. No, but I am really sorry for your loss, bud. I mean, there's not much else I can say about that than that. If your grandfather was a wrestling fan, I'm sure he loved this match. I'm sure he loved Asuka and Bayley. I thought they did a fantastic job. Bayley looks like a badass coming out of this match. Asuka looks like still a monster, but I really did enjoy the way they set up a future between them, because everyone's assuming that Bayley's coming up to the main roster. That's not the case, I don't think. Based off what we saw tonight, that's not the case. Asuka and Bayley are setting the table for an even bigger fight somewhere down the road. And that's going to, I could see them doing something like Zayn and Joe did. Having an entire episode of NXT, boom. Just to themselves, just for one match. I can totally see that. I could totally see that. And I think it was really, really well done. Smart. Not necessarily the epic that a lot of people... Look, their styles are very difficult. They're very contrasting. It's a juxtaposition of styles. So I wasn't sure that it was going to work. And in some ways you could see where they did clash as far as styles go. But they're both unbelievably athletic. They did a really great job. And I'm happy with the fight. I'm happy with the match. It definitely, considering what it had to follow, Jesus. Considering that it had to follow Zayn Nakamura, I think they did pretty good. And finally, we got the NXT Championship match, which we touched on at the beginning of the show. I talked about the blood. Very controversial. Some people were like, fuck PG. The crowd said fuck PG and let them bleed and stuff like that. I can't get in that camp because I feel they did the right thing in trying to stop the blood, because there's no rounds here to stop the blood. There's no rounds. And with a cut around the eye, it could be dangerous. It could be really dangerous. And with the culture that we live in, one guy losing a fucking eye or going blind or something like that in a wrestling ring on a major organization's product, and they didn't do anything to stop it, wrestling's done. Wrestling's finished. Wrestling is over. The industry will take a major hit if something like that were to happen. My God. And this pussy-ass culture that we live in. So, no, they didn't need to stop the fight, and they didn't stop the fight. They took a few seconds, a few moments, 10 to 15 seconds, a few times to try to close that goddamn cut. What the hell's wrong with that? Did it interrupt your guys' enjoyment just a little bit? Oh, I'm tearing for all of you. No. In fact, I feel it heightened it. Joe shrugging him off. Loved it. Idiot Wrestling Davis in LV, isn't he? No, I'm not in Las Vegas. That's just a Las Vegas number because I used to live in Las Vegas. I picked my number on Skype. I'm in Germany. No, I'm totally in Germany. I'm in Germany. I've been here for 14 years since I was stationed over here in the Army. Been here. I retired in 2010, and I've been here since then, too. I just stayed. I'm with my wife. No, I'm in Germany. And at 6:41, but I'm still... pumped up. And I slept before the event, so it's not a big deal. I'm wide awake. Yeah, Katy Perry, bitches. Anyway, I really do like what they did. I thought it was well done. And Idiot Wrestling is 100% right. Yeah, this would happen in almost any other professional sport, in MMA or boxing. They may even stop the fight entirely. It does happen. It absolutely does happen. They will stop the fight. He's 100% right. Sometimes if they can't close a wound properly in between rounds, if the cut man, the doctor comes over and he's bleeding so profuse, they will stop the fucking fight. So why can't they do it in wrestling? If they're going to protect actual combat sports guys, why can't they protect fake combat sports guys? It doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense to me that people would be like, no, fuck it, let them bleed to death. Do you not realize that blood loss can kill you? That if you lose too much blood, you die? Do you know that's a consequence? Jesus. But look, aside from the controversy of the blood, I like this match. I thought it was on par with their other match. Okay, let's talk about the ending, because I think people are a little bit surprised that Finn Balor walked out of here with the title. I'm a little shocked at it too. I had Joe winning. The ending is the WrestleMania ending between Roddy Piper and Bret Hart. That's the goddamn ending. That's the ending they used. The Intercontinental Championship match between Roddy Piper and Bret Hart at like WrestleMania 5 or WrestleMania 8. I can't remember which one. That's the ending they used. It's a brilliant ending. I don't know what it means for this feud. I don't know if it's a definitive. I think it calls into question whether or not Finn Balor is coming up to the main roster. So I like it for that. I like it for that reason, because once again, NXT saying fuck all of your guys' assumptions. I like that. So there's a lot to like about this match, and I was really happy with it overall. Let's start with a phone call, man. Let's get Tony Barrasso up in here. What's up, Tony from Boston? How you doing? You're live with Dead on Dave.
God, I'm sick, but I'm gonna call through it.
Well, you know what? We'll get you a big fucking dose of Vitamin Awesome, which you just got from NXT.
Oh my God, it helped. How the fuck is WrestleMania gonna top this off?
They don't need to top it. They need to complement it. I think in wrestling in stance of a wrestling content, they can't top it. A spectacle, which is the thing that I've been saying all along that WrestleMania is going to be, they can definitely complement and be the event that overshadows for the weekend if they do things properly. And let me tell you, with some of the rumors and some of the people that are floating around, WrestleMania might be very, very interesting.
I mean, last year was decent. I mean, I thought last year was gonna suck, but it was actually pretty good.
You know, I did something earlier today, and we'll talk about NXT TakeOver in a second. I'm glad you kind of said that, because I was looking at something earlier today. I started watching last year's WrestleMania because I wanted to show some of it to my daughter, because I'm still trying to get her into wrestling. She's like, fuck you.
No.
Not happening. 11 years old, she wants to do everything but wrestling. So I'm like, God damn it, I don't know. But so she is, she's sitting down, we're watching it, and the match card showed up on screen at one point. They were showing it. And I was thinking about the build last year, and then I was looking at the match card. This match card last year was not all that impressive before the event. Just like a lot of people are saying about this match card. If you look at the matches, you can make the argument that potentially this match card is every bit as good, maybe even better than last year.
Yeah.
You can make the argument. Now, if they can execute like they did last year, I think everyone's going to go home happy. So
every single match on the card last year surprised me. Even the Divas match was like, I expected it to be shit, but it wasn't like amazing or anything. It was a decent little match.
I agree. I think we're going to get a lot of greatness out of Undertaker and Shane, which is now I'm hearing is going to close the show.
That's awesome. Oh, is it really?
That's what I'm starting to hear.
Thank fucking God.
So, yeah. But we'll talk about that tomorrow on the prediction show. What did you think of NXT Dallas TakeOver, man?
Is it me, or I probably sound like a little like a dick for saying this, but don't you think the Bayley and Asuka match could have been just a little better, except for the ending? Just a little.
I don't know. I think this is the type of match that I think you're going to want to go back and watch again. Tomorrow, and don't watch it in the order that you watched it tonight, because I think a little bit gets taken away from it because it had to follow.
That's what I was worried about. Yeah, I was worried about like the main event getting taken away because man,
I
five,
thought,
six,
considering they had to
eight.
follow what they had to follow, considering that, I think they did a fantastic job. Yeah, it was a little lackluster, maybe just a tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit, probably because of the order. Order I watched it.
Yeah, I think that might have something to do with it. But I think there was very high expectations for this match. Like, people were like, this is going to be a great match. But if you would have asked anybody, what are you expecting to see? Not a finish, but what type of match are you expecting to see? I think most people would have been like, oh, fuck, I don't know. Because it's like, what is Asuka going to be able to do to Bayley? And what is Bayley going to be able to do?
You'll do it, Asuka, yeah.
And I gotta say this, man. I love Asuka. I love everything about her. I love what she does. Bayley impressed the shit out of me tonight.
She always does.
Yeah, I've been late to the party with Bayley. Like, I've given her all the props on her big matches. She's had some great matches, and I love her for those matches. But I've never really thought that she was like this amazing wrestler that could go with anybody and can be, like, I never really saw that. Tonight, she did everything that you want out of a top performer.
Oh yeah, man. I just keep thinking of the fucking Sami Zayn Nakamura match, man. I just when the crowd would just stand up and the match wasn't even over yet, and they would just get up and give a standing ovation. I was doing along with them, man. It was fucking just, man. It's gonna be a match to remember.
It really is. I think this is one of those moments where you're gonna take yourself out of the moment a little bit in a couple of days, and maybe a statement like I made where I'm calling it the match of this decade.
Hell yeah.
I think since 2010 of this decade in the teens, this is the best match that I've seen. Maybe it's not your best match or people's out there's best match, their favorite match. This match was incredible, man. This match converted people back to wrestling. I saw so much on Twitter about like,
this is wrestling, damn it. This is wrestling.
Yes. And wrestling shouldn't be like that all the time, every single match, because I don't think people's hearts can take it. Yeah. But this is the type of match that you want to see on the big shows, on the big events. This is what you want to see. This is what is supposed to happen. This is the delivery. If this match would have main evented WrestleMania this year, I would have been happy.
Oh, God. I mean, again, like you said, hopefully fucking Roman and Triple H are in the show, because I even tweeted Triple H saying, you did good. He's probably not going to be. He said, you did good. But it's not going to be. I mean, Roman's going to get booed out of the fucking building. WrestleMania, it's going to be, I think it's going to surprise us just like it does every fucking year. Except for WrestleMania 29. I digress on that one.
Yeah, there's been bad WrestleManias. It's not like there hasn't been bad WrestleManias. There have been.
But there's been horrible builds, but then the Mania ends up being pretty decent.
Yeah.
So.
We'll see what happens with that. It's going to be interesting.
I have a question for you, though, before I get to my rating. I thought I don't get me wrong, I love Finn Balor. Great fucking performer. Yeah. Been watching fucking Prince fucking Devitt. Don't you think Samoa Joe should have won this match, sort of?
I did. I predicted it was going to happen. I thought he was going to win. And Balor, the thing about Balor now, I think Balor reestablished a lot of his value tonight, because people have been like, God, Balor's so boring. He wasn't boring tonight, man. Let me tell you. Finn Balor did a really, really great job. He's a different guy when he's the Demon. He really is. And I kind of like that there is a contrast between regular Finn and Demon Finn. And then there's another contrast between heel Finn. So, and we haven't seen that yet in WWE television.
We're going to see it, though. We're going to see it.
We're going to see it. It's just a matter of time. Who knows? I do feel like it was a weird decision, especially because it wasn't a decisive victory. Like the first time he escaped with a win. This time they did the finish from WrestleMania, I think 5 or 8, with Roddy Piper and Bret Hart, the Intercontinental Championship match. They did that finish, which I love that finish, by the way. That move, I love. I felt it was a little out of place here. Because
just a little bit, yeah.
Where do you go? Samoa Joe.
I don't know what does Finn Balor go from here. I mean, does he debut at Monday Night Raw?
No, I don't see how you can. Exactly.
I don't know if this was the perfect decision. I thought Samoa Joe don't get me wrong. After the match, and I thought Samoa Joe was going to come back down the ramp, and then
I did too.
Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows to come out, but
I thought the exact same thing was going to happen. But once again, NXT going, fuck what you think. You think you know what's going to happen with our product? No, you don't know what's going to happen with our product.
Oh, you want to see it? You want it? Nah, no, you don't.
You know, I think that there is still more story to be told between Balor and Joe. And to be fair to a lot of the dirt sheets, they've been saying this all along. A lot of them have been saying that the things that they heard, that Balor and Joe was not ending at NXT TakeOver, that it was going to continue, and people were kind of sticking their fingers in the ear going, la, 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 no, Finn Balor is going to debut on Raw. Not necessarily going to happen.
Are people still saying that John Cena is going to be at WrestleMania?
I think I've been right about that from fucking day one. John Cena coming out over the last couple of days and saying that he's there. We know he's there. We saw him there. But saying that he's medically cleared?
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, people were really saying this shit, like, last week about how John Cena is going to take Shane O'Mac's place. It's just so fucking ridiculous.
If it were to happen, it would not surprise me. Because I think he's going to get involved in that match. He's going to get involved in that match.
Oh, of course
a match. John Cena will get physical at WrestleMania. He may not wrestle full match because it might be difficult to put him in somewhere. But if they think they need to, they will pull the Cena card out, because if he's medically cleared like he said, it's happening.
Shit gimmick, horrible with bumps, but good wrestler. I think he's really underrated for a reason.
Yeah. He's in the same category as Hogan. Not a great worker, but an amazing psychologist. And
exactly.
He knows how to get a lot out of the ring. And let's face it, he is very underrated as an athlete. I think he's a very good athlete. Obviously much better younger. But does Cena make mistakes and look herky-jerky? Yes, he does. But he could tell a hell of a story. So
I was going to say, he could take bumps a little bit better. Yeah, instead of falling on his ass.
Yeah, but he's getting older, too. That's another thing. So, what's your rating for tonight, though, NXT TakeOver Dallas?
Easily a 9.
Yeah.
9 or 9.5.
9 feels like it's the beginning.
Wrestling.
It feels like this is the beginning. It feels like the 9 is a beginning, and you can only go up from there. That's what it really feels like. It's kind of funny. We're talking about how Joe should have won Balor. You know how rare it is for all titles to change hands in one night? I kind of like that they didn't go that route. I just want to know what's going to happen next. And you know what? That's the best thing about this, because you're asking this question. You're wondering what's going to happen next. So.
And I like that about NXT. It's not so, like, I'm so used to, like, I think we're all used to how, like, the main roster shit works. Of, it's so fucking predictable.
Yes.
But NXT, you're like, you're going to expect Samoa Joe to finally win in the second. No.
No. Oh, you think you got this pegged, do you? Go fuck. I love it. I love it.
You think he's going to come back down, down to the ring and get a No.
Oh, no, not happening. Get out of here. I love it. I love it.
Great, dude.
So, Tony, I appreciate the call, buddy. I'm going to get some more callers. You have yourself a good night. Feel better, okay?
I hope your channel blows up this weekend, man, because you fucking deserve for the hard work you get, man.
I appreciate that, man. I hope so, too, but I think I've kind of hit my plateau.
Doing good right now.
If I don't get another sub, I'm happy, man. I'll still be here tomorrow. I love this shit, so it don't matter to me.
We love you, brother. Have a good night.
All right, buddy. Take it easy. Let's take another call. Here's the one I don't know. 901, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hey, Dave. What's up? How you doing, man?
Man?
Can you hear me?
I can. Is this Pittsburgh?
What? No, this is Ian, man.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Whatever. I gave away my real name. Oh, no.
Yes, you sounded like Pittsburgh, boy. I know that's a horrible offense to anybody out there, and I apologize for that. But we'll get past it.
I'm a little hoarse. So,
what you got for me, buddy?
I was at the show tonight.
Were you?
Yes, I was. I was actually, I'm at the hotel right now, so I just thought I'd call in really quick. Really great show. Fantastic live. I got to say, at the time, I was mad about the blood thing, but however, like I said in the chat, I think it helped the match, honestly.
I think it did too.
I really do. Because at the time, I remember it happening, and people were just rabid. Even I was mad. I'm not going to lie. The moment, it's easy to look back, or if you're watching from the TV, to say, logically. But when you're there, you're in a group mentality generally. Yeah. So, but I think that the crowd really got up for that. Nakamura's match blew my mind. Probably match of the weekend. I think you can probably call it.
Let me ask you, they're being live with that match with Nakamura's entrance. How many events have you been to before? Have you been to other events?
I was at WrestleMania last year at the last TakeOver.
Have you ever felt Have you ever felt anything quite like that moment? Because I
haven't.
Even through television, it felt like something really special. Tell us about that.
It really was. It was the best thing was, number one, the amazing reaction. That whole match in general, it just had this pace to it. And somebody mentioned this in the crowd, that Nakamura builds a crescendo like no one else.
Yes, he does.
No one else.
Yes, he does.
He builds that final moment. All of his matches start a little slow. He ends up on defense a lot. But they always end up like, oh my gosh.
They feel like real fights. And I called this on Twitter. Exactly. I said, this is one of the best fights I've seen in the last 10 years. And I said, yes, I said fight. Because this felt like a fight. It was amazing. And Zayn deserves so much credit. Holy shit, Zayn was amazing.
Zayn, I mean, from everything. And it was a beautiful moment because the crowd was even, obviously they were really excited for Nakamura, but they were pretty even on who they were rooting for, with all the Ole chants and Sami Zayn. And that just shows how endeared he is to the NXT audience. Because anyone else, they probably would have just turned on. I mean, that's easy to say. Being there. I'll admit I was for Nakamura, obviously, but
it was either Morrow or Corey Graves, who was fantastic tonight on commentary. Phillips and Graves killed it tonight, by the way. Killed it tonight on commentary. Yeah. I know you were you couldn't hear them, but they were amazing.
No, I'm actually about to go rewatch it right now.
Somebody said Nakamura is like a tidal wave that washes over you, not only in matches, but as a fan. That is the perfect description of Nakamura.
It knocks the breath out of you, really. It takes your breath away with some of the stuff that he does.
There is nobody like him in professional wrestling. It's almost a crime that it's taken him this long to get to this stage. But you know what? He's only 35. He's only 35. Yeah. We could see him in the WWE for the next 5 to 6 years. That's more than enough time to build a Hall of Fame career. Or he's already going to be a Hall of Famer, but a WWE Hall of Famer.
And those guys in Japan wrestle a very long time, too. For whatever reason, that style with fewer flat back bumps and, bumps from high places, it's more just stiff. Obviously, there's some concussion issues that can happen, but believe it or not nearly as bad as you think it would be. I think generally those concussions come from that whiplash when guys fall backwards or whatever. It's rarely from direct contact from like a forearm or whatever.
Agreed, because they pull their punches.
Yeah, exactly. They know exactly how to land them where they look stiff. And sometimes they are really stiff. I thought that forearm battle really just...
Oh, my God, that was so sick. It was so sick.
I was sitting there watching it. I was really glad because it didn't seem like they've done anything to tone him down. The only thing that looked like it changed, obviously, was his entrance music. That was the only thing. I thought it was good. So I was fine with his entrance music. I was really worried about that. I know it's a stupid thing to worry about, but it kind of killed the hype.
They renamed the knee, but if you're familiar with Nakamura, he hits that knee in so many different varieties of ways. Mm-hmm. And he hit it in like a spinning roundhouse tonight that was sick as fuck.
And jumping off the rope, too, as well, dropping that knee off the rope.
That was sick. I was like, oh. So I was very happy.
Like I said, people forget that Zayn is actually, if you look back at his old Generico matches with anybody from Japan, they're generally very stiff. People forget that because he is such a high flyer and kind of, in that, lighter weight class in a high flyer. But when he wants to, he can be in a stiff match. He can be in a very stiff match.
Zayn deserves so much credit for what he did tonight. I'm super
He does, and there was a huge
happy.
Ovation for him. Huge ovation, which was really nice. The only bad thing I don't know about necessarily the last two. Was the finish of the Bayley match better on TV than it felt when I was there?
It felt abrupt, and it's still like I like the ending because I think it leaves some shit open for the future. Like obviously they're not done, and I like that.
Yeah,
but it felt abrupt, and I think that was the point. It was supposed to feel abrupt. It was supposed to feel like Bayley just got caught. And that's what it looked like. That's what it felt like. The match was really good. It had to follow.
Yeah, it was.
an amazing match.
There should have been a match between those two, in my opinion, a letdown
I
match.
think Nakamura and Zayn went long. I also think the American Alpha match went long too, and that's why
that was an amazing
fucking
match,
Apollo Crews got bumped.
Yeah. Also, did you get my message that they actually started the show? They released earlier today or yesterday that they were starting the show 30 minutes early, and it took me a minute to figure it out. It was to fuck with the ROH show that was going on or about to end right at the same time NXT was coming on originally.
Oh.
Which I thought was pretty damn petty because, like, it's like, come on, you're going to cut off the last 30 minutes. Come on. But, because it doesn't make any other sense besides that because they had like a dark match between two guys that I'd never really seen before. I forget their name, which was kind of a really quick, abrupt match. But, it's WWE. What are you going to expect? They're going to get their little shots in here and there. But tons of really good people there. Ibushi was there.
Yes, I saw him there.
Him.
Bobby Roode.
That's a big deal. That probably.
Bobby Roode being there was huge. That was, I think people weren't quite expecting that. Mainly because I didn't think WWE would have any interest in him. But
yeah,
Bobby Roode being there was amazing. Seeing JR there was great.
It was. It really was. He was actually sitting across from us because I was on the floor in kind of a weird position. I wasn't like necessarily near the entrance ramp, but I was on the floor on the first row of a certain row I was on.
Yeah.
And but I'm just, man, the energy in that place was like no other. I've been to a lot of things. I've been to a few ROH shows, I think 2 or 3. I've been to last year's NXT TakeOver, which was a dark show, which it shouldn't have been by all means, trust me, but it was. And I went to last year's Mania. There was no energy anywhere like here. There just wasn't.
Well, no energy. You should be used to that with your talking style. But what's your rating for tonight, man? Your rating for being there?
For being there, I will give it a 10.
Whoa!
I imagine rewatching it. Yeah, that good.
Fair,
for me
fair.
at least, because I'm, Nakamura match alone really put it at a really high standard.
Yeah.
But and also American Alpha being so over there and winning is a great experience.
Great.
But for watching it, I'll have to rewatch it. But I'd imagine it'd be around a 9.
Yeah.
Rewatching it, or an 8.5. That's
pretty
probably
damn
where
good
I'm
stuff, man. Hey, I appreciate the call, buddy. Thanks for the live report from there. That's awesome.
All right, no problem, man. All right, I'll probably call in after Mania at some point.
All right, buddy.
That or
I'll talk to
Monday
you
night.
then.
All right.
Take it easy. Man, live on the fucking scene, dude. That's awesome. Always nice to hear that. We got a question earlier about my mega donations that I got earlier, like a month ago. Yes, I got $300 and $400 donations from Asher. I did not keep them. He was 13 years old. I didn't feel right keeping the money. I didn't keep it. I don't know if it was legit. I have no idea. I didn't keep it. I returned it. So there you go. There's your answer. Let's take another call. Matt J, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
I think I may have found a wrestler that I actually like more than Kevin Owens.
It's Shinsuke Nakamura, isn't it?
This guy is incredible.
I thought you might like him.
I mean, I do not think you are overselling that match at all. It was unbelievable.
It really was.
was.
It's the talking point of the night. It's the match that I think is going to overshadow everything else. And it was great. It was great.
It really was. I mean, if there's anything close to a 5-star match, it was that.
Yeah.
I give that match 5 stars for sure. It was incredible.
Oh yeah. Wrestling doesn't do this all the time where it can get you emotionally invested. And it wasn't just that match. It was the whole night that was able to really bring out emotions. But that match, the way it just sucks you in and told a story that we're just not used to seeing told. I was just blown away by it. Just thrilled. Can't say enough good things about it. Really can't.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's really nothing to say other than what you said. But I want to talk about the title match, the NXT Championship match.
Yes, sir.
I thought the match was incredible, and first of all, I did think it was better than the London match. That's just my opinion.
I think it was right on par with it. I think it was right on par. I think the ending was worse because it was so weird the way they did it. Even though I like that spot because it's the Piper Bret Hart spot from like WrestleMania Intercontinental Championship match, and I like that. But because of the situation, it felt weird. But please continue.
Yeah, I thought the match was great, and I actually like the ending because if Joe wasn't going to win, I thought that was a really good way of protecting him. He didn't get beat by the coup de grace or the bloody Sunday or nothing.
He got rolled up.
He
got rolled up because
yeah,
he wouldn't let go of.
exactly.
He wouldn't let go of his coquina clutch, and he got rolled up.
Exactly. But I want to ask you a question. Do you think this means that Joe goes to the main roster?
I don't know. It feels like there's more from these two. And to be honest, there's really not a clear-cut number one contender right now. I guess if Nakamura is going to be the guy, okay, but that doesn't necessarily need to happen. There are other people that could be doing other things with him and other guys. Everyone else is kind of tied up right now. So more Finn and Samoa Joe makes a lot of sense, especially if we're going to start seeing an evolution of Finn Balor with the Balor Club or Bulletproof, whatever they're going to be called. I think that it makes a lot of sense to go in that direction. The only question is, are people going to be burnt out on it? I don't think that we've seen everything from Joe and Finn yet. And so I don't mind seeing more.
Yeah, me neither. But honestly, I think, even though he lost tonight, again, they did a good job of protecting Baron Corbin, I thought. He got rolled up as well.
Yes, he did.
I honestly think Corbin could be the champion by the end of the year. Honestly.
Oh yeah, I love what Corbin's doing. He is doing some amazing heel work. People still want to hate on the guy because I think things were when Corbin first came in and he was getting all the squash victories, and then he started. It seemed like everybody was like, "Oh, he's going to be the next WWE guy. He's going to be the next Roman Reigns," and people turned on him and cooled on him really quickly, especially because he started to degrade in the ring. When they started stretching him out a little bit, you saw the flaws in his game. His mic work wasn't solid, but it seems like he took that criticism and just gave everyone the middle finger and rededicated himself to everything professional wrestling, and I love what he has done. Tonight, yes, that match was overshadowed by everything else that happened. It was the weakest match on the card. That's not a diss to that match. It's just a reality because how good everything was. But I felt that it had a really good place in telling a really good story about Baron Corbin. Austin Aries didn't do a whole hell of a lot in this match. He didn't need to. Think of it this way. If you want any other vindication or validation of who Baron Corbin is becoming, he carried a match with Austin Aries tonight. He carried that match.
And he did a very good job of doing that, actually.
I thought he did. I agree.
Yeah. But since you brought up the worst match of the night, I know a lot of people are going to hate me for this, but I thought the worst match of the night was Asuka and Bayley. And it wasn't because of the ending. It was because I just thought it was a little slow at times, and I really don't know how I feel about Asuka winning the championship.
I love the fact that she won. I thought I knew people were going to be salty about that because of Bayley's popularity. It was going to be hard to put Asuka over. It just felt like a really abrupt ending. I also think that it's going to get downgraded just a little bit because it had to follow Zayn Nakamura. And I think if you watch them, I'm going to watch the match again after I get some sleep. I'm going to watch it tomorrow, and I'm going to judge it again just on itself, not watching it after Zayn Nakamura. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Chaos Theory 035. Hold on one second. Chaos Theory 035 says, does calling Dave actually work? Of course it works. You can call in on Skype, David Vancura, DavidVancura, or use the number 702-751-2902. You can do that. And yes, absolutely it works. Go ahead and call in, man. Matt, what's up? Parting shots, last things, and rating. What else you got? This is it. This is your moment.
I said it was the worst match of the night, but I liked it. And my rating, you know what? Just for, don't get me wrong, the rest of the card was great, but just for Zayn Nakamura, I have to give this a 10. I have to.
Wow, that's the unicorn, man. That's the unicorn.
Yep.
There you go. See, I can't give it a 10 because I still feel there could have been a few improvements on the card. The fact that I could say anything and this is just me because of how I view a 10. A 10 is me being floored to where I can't say anything could have possibly been better. There was some things that could have been a little bit better. I think, but I'm not even sure on that because the way NXT works, the way NXT does its thing, that may not be true. Because we're assuming that people are coming up to the main roster. We're assuming that feuds are ending. NXT is unpredictable, and it's part of the reason why we love it so much. So, there you go.
Yeah.
I appreciate the call, Matt. Good call as always, buddy.
All right, man. Thanks.
Take it easy, my friend. Take it easy. We're rocking and rolling here live from Germany, man. We're kicking ass, taking names, talking about NXT TakeOver Dallas, kicking off WrestleMania weekend in style, having a good time, relaxing with some of my favorite people in all of the internet, the Daniel WMS, SF boy, whatever, mate, Pittsburgh boy, Andrew Gurrican, Jay Davis, the Real Talk Metaphor Messiah, all these great people. Make sure you go in and hit that like button, people. Also, subscribe to the channel if you've yet to do it. Go on Twitter. Let the world know that you're watching the Copious Fat Man and all that good stuff. Let the world know. Let them know. But yeah, if you want to call in, now's the time. 702-751-2902. Or use the Skype at David Vancura, DAVIDVANCURA. Not the at symbol. I need to actually get him to take the at symbol out. It's just David Vancura. Just David Vancura. So there you go. Let's take another call. Here's an oldie but goodie, Evil Fire God. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Well, I refused to watch Nakamura before this, just to be surprised.
Yeah.
And I got one thing to say. I'm a Nakamura type of guy. Holy shit.
Is he not just unbelievable?
Wow. I've never seen anything like it because I don't watch Japanese wrestling.
I think you should. Knowing the type of wrestling that you like, you should check that out.
Dude, that brought me. Hey, you talked about the match of the decade. For me personally, Here Comes the Heat, the best match I've ever watched.
It's up there for me. It really is. I'm with you. It's one of the top 5 or 6 greatest matches I can ever recall seeing. And that's not a knock on other matches. This match just made me feel something. I mean, goddamn. I'm 33 years old. I've been watching wrestling 30 fucking years. You know, I can remember sitting on my dad's couch 3-4 years old watching Crockett Cup wrestling. I've been watching this my entire life. And at this age, to get hit in the chest and feel something like I did tonight during that match, that tells me something. It's a slap to my face saying, God damn it, fat man, wake up because you just saw something special. And that's what we saw. We saw something special tonight.
I haven't been emotionally invested in wrestling. The last time I got any emotionally invested was maybe the Triple H Shawn Michaels angle way back when.
Yeah.
And that brought memories of that to me, just being emotionally invested. That was crazy.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. It was nuts.
Yep. My rating, I'm with you. I cannot give it a 10.
And that's not a knock on the show. It's just how I am.
Yeah. If it was a 10, I would have to say everything is perfect, which in my opinion it wasn't.
No, there was a lot of, I mean, it was damn close, but it was good. It wasn't perfect.
Yeah, like my brain to comprehend this show, I can't even talk about anything else because Nakamura just overshadows everything.
That's not to take away from the other matches because there was a lot of good, but yeah, Nakamura and Zayn was incredible. I agree. So what is your rating?
I'll give it about a 9. Yeah. If it was perfect, I'd give it a 10, but I got it with a 9.
Fair enough. Any final words, Mr. Evil Fire God?
Actually, I got one good thing to say. I actually talked to Sal and got Sal working on some things. That dude does some amazing work.
Oh, I know. Look what Sal's done for me tonight. This amazing graphic works. I get to put all these cool things in there. Like there's the NXT Championship match. There's the Women's Championship match. It's wonderful. Sal's amazing. Sal is the biggest change to my channel. He reinvigorated me. He made me feel different about doing podcasting. He made the world see the beauty of me as I feel that I am on the inside. He gave me my pretty dress. So thank you, Sal, the copious graphics guru.
Alrighty, man. I'll catch you probably after WrestleMania.
I'll be here, man. And don't forget, tomorrow night I'll be doing, or Saturday night, whatever. For me, it's already Saturday. Saturday night I'll be doing the WrestleMania prediction show. It's going to be sick.
Yep. Alrighty, man.
All right, buddy. Take it easy. Thank you, Evil Fire God, for the call. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. It's crazy that we've had as many people in here for most of the show as we did. We were up there around 70 at one point. I forgot how late it is. It's 7 o'clock in the morning here in Germany, and I forgot how late it is, man. I mean, if you're on the East Coast, it's 1 in the morning for you sons of bitches. And NXT was very late. I forgot about that completely. But it was worth it. I think it was worth it. I think everybody is pretty happy with how this show went. What do you say? What do you say? What else is left to say about this show? I'll hang around for a couple more minutes as I go through my plugs. If anybody else wants to call in, now's the time. Don't sit on your hands if you want to sound off about the amazing show that was NXT TakeOver Dallas. Now is the time before we wrap this biatch up, because everybody getting tired. Davey's getting tired. And you know how it is, man. We do what we can do until we can do it no longer. That's the way of the Jedi. That's not even the way of the Jedi. I had nothing else to say there. I had nothing else. That was all I had. But yeah, I hope you guys had fun with this show. I hope that you had fun with NXT TakeOver. I hope you enjoyed the conversation tonight. Please let people know that this show exists. Tell the world. Oh, here's Gun Cannon. Let's take a call. So I will calm my things down. Here we go. Gun Cannon, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Wow, I think that saved my horrible day. That whole thing was just fantastic.
Yeah.
The Nakamura Zayn match was
It was euphoria.
It was fan-frickin-tastic. That's definitely in my match of the year category. Absolutely beyond the shadow of a doubt. And if that's how the rest of the weekend is going to go, I think WrestleMania will be fairly decent.
I think so too. I think WrestleMania is not going to. I like the fact that it's got a day to recover. Like if WrestleMania was tonight, like tomorrow was the night after, I think there would be a little bit of worry of overshadowing. But now we got the Hall of Fame and a little bit of downtime, a little bit of relaxation. And I think that with some of the things that I'm reading, let me tell you, I've read some crazy fucking rumors in the past coming around WrestleMania weekend. Some of the evidence around some of the rumors that are floating around right now at WrestleMania, they're blowing my fucking mind. And I'm not even excited about some of the names, but just the fact that they could be happening, I don't even want to say them out loud. Believe me, they're out there and you can find them. There's some humongous names in the industry, some good, some bad, that are being associated with WrestleMania. And let me tell you, something crazy could be going down, and I can't wait to watch it. It's going to be one of those things where I don't know what's going to happen, like as far as if it's going to be good or bad, but let me tell you, there's going to be some crazy shit going down at WrestleMania.
I'm really hoping, I just hope that they can ride what they started with tonight and just keep it going. I mean, I like the fact that there was, I don't know who it was, but somebody had put up, and it was in my Twitter feed, a picture of Vince was actually backstage.
I was just about to fucking mention that. It's my favorite picture. It's my favorite picture I've seen in so long. It's a shot of the monitors in the back and Vince standing right in front of him watching the show. That was amazing. Hey, hang out with me for a second. I see a number that I don't notice, so I want to go ahead and take that call. Hang out with me, Gun Cannon, because you're good as a third guy, so just hang out, okay?
Sure.
302, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? 302, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hey, I'm wondering how long do you think it's going to take for WWE to figure out this is what fans want? as the NXT.
Well, you
shows
can make
that
the
give
argument they did figure it out because we got it tonight. So
Yeah, but I mean that's not. I mean, I'm talking about like on Raw. You know what I mean?
it's funny because the crowd that was there tonight is not the same crowd that always shows up at Raw. It's just not.
Well, that's going to be the crowd at WrestleMania, though, won't it?
And I think we're
much
going to
gonna be
see
the
some
same
things that
crowd.
we don't normally see. I'm not saying that they shouldn't have these things on the main product. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that there's a place for it, and I think we get it more often than people want to admit that we get it. We've seen it with Owens and Zayn and some other people. We've seen some things in the past to where we may not get Nakamura and Zayn yet, but Nakamura just got here, and when he gets to WWE, we will see that. But on the main product, on network television, it's not network cable television, it's a little bit different. And I don't want to give them a pass in saying that, but I understand some of the balance. But I know what you're saying, and I agree with you. We need more of this, no question. More of this.
I like look at the roster that WWE's taken. I mean, they're bringing everyone over.
They are
from like New Japan, and they're bringing a bunch of indie dudes in. Why can't they do this? Like,
I think they are starting to. I think that's the thing. I think we are going to start seeing these guys coming up, and we're going to see it. It's just a lot of the old guard is changing out. There's still a place in the world for Cena's. I mean, that's the reality. Is the top merch sellers are still guys like John Cena and things like that. So. There's a place for all of it. There's a lot of time on TV that needs to be taken up.
Let me ask you this. If Shane McMahon, with his match, I mean, if he loses, he's been telling the fans that, like, there's this whole thing that needs to happen, that everyone's bored, the ratings are low. Like, I mean, if Shane loses, isn't that pretty much the WWE just saying, yeah, fuck you, we know, we don't care?
But in some ways, I mean, I guess you could take it that way, but... the thing is, you could talk about low ratings. Raw's still number 1 to number 3 every single week. SmackDown has been number 1 to number 3 the last 2 months in cable.
Yeah, but Shane.
I know what Shane's saying. He's selling a good story.
Fans.
What's that?
Shane seems to be going towards the internet fans, like trying to say this is how wrestling should be, like the internet fans.
Well, sure.
So if he loses, I mean, that's pretty much saying that the WWE telling people, fuck you, we're not getting any better.
Well, you could take it that way if you want to take it that way. I mean, you could certainly take it that way, and that could be exactly what WWE wants. I mean, this is the same WWE that has come out and made fun of some of the stupid fucking movements. Because let me tell you something else here. Fans are not right all of the time. Us smarts who think we know better, we're not right all of the time. And we're very finicky. We're very finicky. Very, very finicky. So it's kind of hard to, to bash WWE all the time.
I honestly just want to see physical matches and less talking.
Sure.
Especially with the authority type thing.
Well, I think there's a place for all of it. And I think we will see more of it. Look, promos are never going to go away.
Oh, no, I love promos. I just hate the 20-minute, the 45-minute ones that start Raw every week.
They can get annoying. I'm not going to lie. They can get annoying. There's no way to defend that. But they're not always bad. And, and not every show that has no talking is always good. So it's a balance. Like anything, it's a balance. But I totally get what you're saying.
Do you think if Shane wins and then Raw doesn't change, people are just going to be calling for his head pretty much?
I have a feeling that something like that very well could happen. Like Shane wins and then becomes even more evil than Vince. That's kind of the move with Shane, Like if this was just a plot to get rid of the Undertaker, something like that, I could see them going crazy.
Shane wins, we're supposed to get all these like new faces on Raw and stuff. And let's say Raw doesn't change. Raw's still 20-minute promo, then you get a Big Show and Mark Henry match. It's like what?
Well, to be fair, there's been times where it's not always like that. So, I mean, there's going to be bad weeks. There's going to be good weeks. That's not going to change. It's a 3-hour show. I think with Shane potentially winning, and I feel if Shane wins, there's going to be a brand split. I think we're looking at a landscaping changing WrestleMania, and that's why I'm digging. That's why I'm interested in WrestleMania, because I feel like one way or another, we're going to see change. We're going to see something change after WrestleMania.
That's the thing, though, with Shane's, with all of his, the stuff he's been talking, if it doesn't change, then that's pretty much the WWE saying, fuck you.
Well, we don't know that until it happens.
So
I don't think it's as easy as just saying that, because we won't know until we see it. So I definitely think that it could be taken that way, but until we see it, there's no point in throwing that out there, because that's part of the problem anyway. Is people are like, well, this is how I'm going to be stuck in my head. If they don't give me exactly what they're saying they're going to give me and I get exactly what I want, well, fuck them. They're telling me to go fuck myself, so fuck them too. That's part of the problem. That is part of the problem.
Honestly, I think people just want wrestling. We're tired of sports entertainment. We want pro wrestling.
Some people do. Other people don't. I mean, it is a balance that you cannot imagine. You know how hard it is to acquiesce to 4 million fucking people? It's not easy.
I'm sure. But, I mean, who's going to be there no matter even if it sucks or it doesn't? The hardcore fans.
No, I don't agree with that. The hardcore fans, especially when you get older, you go away from wrestling. You have other it's like even hardcore fans, what you'll do is you'll find another organization that fits exactly what you like, or you'll move on to other sports the older you get. The people who are always there are the young kids. The young kids are always there.
Dude, I'm 30. I kind of see wrestling as a sickness. Like, I love MMA and I love football, but I love pro wrestling.
Sure.
And I kind of see it as a sickness now. It's like the product's horrible, and yet I have to keep watching it. I have to.
I'm
it's
the
like
same
being
way.
a Final Fantasy game fan. You know, no matter how many games come out that are Final Fantasy, they're garbage. He's got to keep buying them.
Yeah, but see, that's a small minority. We're very vocal, but we're smaller than people think. And that's because a lot of people, as they get older, even the passionate ones, they find other things that they love just as much, or things that could supplement it, whether it be another organization, staying within the wrestling industry, or going to another sport altogether. You find something to supplement your need for wrestling. But the fan base that's always there are the casuals, the kids. The kids are always there, because guess what? There's always new kids, and the kids, they like seeing fucking crazy, larger-than-life people beating each other up. So that fan base is always there, so you can never alienate that fan base altogether, and that's why Hulk Hogan existed. That's why John Cena existed. Yeah. That's why fucking Roman Reigns will exist.
Well, there's a million reasons why the product's bad. I mean, PG isn't necessarily bad. I mean,
no, it's not.
The
NXT's
early
PG.
90s and the 80s were PG, and they were fine.
Well, NXT's PG. NXT's PG, and it's the greatest thing in wrestling right now. So, I don't know.
And so PG's not necessarily a problem. It's just the way that they carry out the matches, the way that they think that we're entertained. And, dude, like, even I'm sure little kids are probably sitting around watching the Raw being like, this is bullshit.
I don't think that's happening at all. If that was happening, merchandise sales wouldn't be what they were. Fucking.
Oh, no, merchandise sales still stay the same.
No, not if kids were like, fuck this, I'm going to go watch fucking Pokemon. No. I mean, that's just like, unfortunately, the numbers don't back up those claims, man. They just don't. The numbers don't back up the claims.
That's because those people are sick like I am. We still have to watch wrestling. We still love wrestling. I have a WWE Network subscription. I have to.
It's a great value.
Because I've loved wrestling since my childhood.
The network subscription is a great value. I don't think as many people have this sickness as you think. I have the sickness. I'm with you there. I understand it. But kids are where it's at, man. That's what drives the business, is the younger fans. Wrestling is always catered to the younger fans. Except for the Attitude Era.
But I was a younger fan.
Except for the Attitude Era, and even the Attitude Era had its cartoony stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah, true, definitely. But it's not as blatantly retarded as it is nowadays.
I don't know, man. Fucking Pepper getting eaten by Big Boss Man was pretty fucking retarded. We've seen a lot of retarded stuff, even in the best eras of wrestling. So, like I said, it's just the thing is, the entire industry is down now. You know, it's not just the WWE. When you look at
that's
fucking,
not. I mean, that's not necessarily true. I mean, TNA's doing horrible. I mean,
TNA's
but actually,
awful.
They're doing better, apparently,
fucking
now.
Lucha Underground.
I mean, look at Ring of Honor. Look at NXT.
Ring of
They're
Honor.
doing great.
You
New
want to talk
Japan.
about an overrated product? Ring of Honor is that, my friend. Unbelievably overrated product.
I mean, I'm sure I've seen a lot of great things from Ring of Honor, but I'm not a Ring of Honor fan. I don't really follow.
Well,
much,
see, that's my point.
Independent
The
wrestling
entire
aside from
industry
Lucha
is
Underground.
down right now. It's not just the WWE that has a problem. It's the entire industry. And, I mean, Lucha Underground is a fucking abortion of wrestling. I mean, like, I like some of the in-ring product that we get out of Lucha Underground, but if you have a problem with a 20-minute fucking promo at the beginning of Raw, how can you dare fucking come on here and tell me that, I'm not saying you, I'm saying other people, that Lucha Underground, with its 7 to 10 minute goddamn terribly acted fucking ridiculous segments, that's passable?
I can tell you exactly why. Because Lucha Underground knows what it is. It knows it's outlandish and bullshit. And they don't even try and fucking protect that.
But
WWE is still
but just
trying
because
in
it's
some weird
self-aware
fucking way.
stupidity doesn't mean it's good. Just because it's self-aware, the WWE's self-aware. No, I don't buy that for a second. That doesn't work for me. Not for a second. Just look.
They know that like their storylines are crazy. They're not for like realistic type shit.
But they're not good.
They know they're doing that. Yeah, well, the wrestling matches are good.
Some of them. And then we get a transvestite wrestler fucking flipping around the ring.
Like, they have some fantastic story with like really good, off the wall, nonstop, like fast wrestling. Which I'm not a huge fan of that. I mean, that's not the normal style. That's like the new age style.
Well, actually, it's not new age at all. It's one of the oldest styles out there. It's Lucha Libre. I don't know. You're losing me, buddy, because you're all over the place here. But I appreciate the call.
All right, thanks.
Take it easy. Oh, my God. I was getting annoyed. I was getting annoyed. Because he was agreeing with me, and then he wasn't agreeing with me, and then he was going over here and then over there, and like, hey, it's like having sex with a woman who wants to like fuck in every bedroom of the house, and then for some reason she wants to stick a finger up your ass. That's what kind of happened to me. I mean, it was very enjoyable, and I'm glad we had the conversation, but this dude was fucking me everywhere in the house. It's like, okay, my anus needs to rest. I need to rest.
5 minutes, just give me 5 minutes.
Right? It's like, okay, now you stuck a finger up my ass. I'm a little bit weird. I'm weirded out now.
And I definitely have to agree with you on the, we had horrible things in every era.
Oh, sure.
I mean, horrible things. I mean, let's see, you go back to the Attitude Era, we did have horrible gimmicks. I mean, go back the next
absolutely. There's no
generation.
point in rehashing what was bad in other eras, because I feel that's disingenuous to do, because that's giving a pass to like what's bad now, because there was bad stuff then. We should forget about the bad now. No, bad is bad, and it should always be called out. And I think that we do a pretty good job of that here. I don't get near. If you want to talk about not getting credit, I never get the fucking credit I deserve for calling out WWE. It's like, oh, Dave's just being positive, even though I fucking constantly call out the bullshit, but I happen to like some of the other things. It's like, you're either going to hate fuck the entire show or you're bullshit. That's what you get. It's like, Jesus.
And I mean, another thing to kind of look at is all these diehard fans want these, they want these people from NXT to come up, and they want them to come up, quickly. Why? What's the point? You have a roster up there. You may not like it, but it's there. And if you use these guys this quickly, you're just going to run them ragged fast.
Well, and then, another thing is, you don't want to, like, we've seen this happen with some of the NXT guys coming up early and it then not working because integrating with the roster that's already there just doesn't fucking work sometimes. And we've seen that as well. So that's a problem too, but that's another debate for another day. Gun Cannon, I appreciate the call, buddy.
Hey, not a problem. Have a good night, man.
Take it easy, my friend. Joining me now from XLT Live Podcast, my good buddy, Too Tall. What's up, man?
Not much. You're the most positive person when it comes to WWE. Don't give me this bullshit.
Don't you know I'm so positive all the time? I never say anything negative, ever.
I don't want to hear about it. I mean, you're an Eva Marie lover.
Yes.
And
I'm a Big Show lover, even though he's your father.
You're a Big Show lover. You're always saying how good the product is. You're
Yes.
always saying fuck every other era. You know,
Yes.
I mean, damn.
I know. It's the worst.
I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this baloney. There's baloney coming out of your mouth.
It's a bull hickey is what it is. It's malarkey.
By the way, can we get Dave 3 more fucking likes? We're almost at 50. Get the fucking to the like button. Hit that bitch, please.
I don't get the likes you get, man. It's
I didn't get that many. I got like 30 likes tonight.
yeah, I know, but but every reaction show you do, you get like 100 now. It's wonderful to watch.
Oh,
I
the
don't get
reaction
those.
shows.
I don't get those.
Yeah. I've only got like 300s. Last night's prediction show did pretty well. It's like 55, which is
Yeah,
nice.
you killed it last night, man.
It picked up. It was weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. The prediction show picked up today. It was weird. Like wave. It was just really weird. It's gonna be better than my fucking review, to be honest with you.
Yeah, tonight was a hell of a night, man.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna go watch after I'm done talking to you, and then after all this shit settled, I'm gonna go watch Shinsuke Nakamura versus Sami Zayn one more time.
I'm
And
gonna
then
watch
tomorrow
it
morning,
three more times.
I'm just gonna continue watching this fucking thing because it was the most. I'm telling you, it was a different fucking level. I've never seen this level, and I'm excited that Shinsuke. This is, and you know what's the biggest stigma about somebody coming from New Japan like with Hideo Itami and shit like that? Oh, they're not gonna get anywhere. They're just not.
Right.
Shinsuke Nakamura proved to you tonight that that's his limit is not a Hideo Itami. His limit is not a fucking Funaki gimmick. That's not his limit.
No.
This dude is a different type of fucking guy. He's a different type of strong style is no bullshit.
Yeah.
And on top of that, his charisma and his confidence. I said it tonight. I was fucking like he looks like he's been in the WWE for 10 years. Like he adapted quick as fuck. It was just like how they talk about everybody talks to those interviews. Well, it just takes a little bit to adapt to the WWE. You got to get to there. This dude looks so fucking comfortable. Like it's been there forever.
Yeah, he does. He does, and it looks so natural. And let's give credit to Sami Zayn. Jesus. He did a great job. Did you see the picture of Vince watching that match in the back?
Yeah.
Boner!
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you know what Vince heard? Everybody can say all the things they want to say about Vince is out of touch. There's no ignoring what Vince saw tonight. There's no ignoring that. You can't ignore that. I mean, I don't think I've ever felt that way before, man. I mean, it blew me away, dude.
It was sexy as fuck, dude. It was
sexy
amazing.
as fuck.
It was amazing.
God. My God. And then Zayn's got it. I think Zayn's going to win the fucking Intercontinental Championship now, too. How do you not reward him?
I guess you don't, but I don't know. I don't know, dude. Like, that was amazing. And you know what was even, like, the crowd was into it before it even started. The Nakamura chants before it even started were off the fucking charts. And when he did his, his rope taunt or whatever, people lost their fucking pants.
I know.
We haven't even began yet, and people are like, "Oh my fucking God, he did that thing that we saw in the highlight," which is most people tonight.
How about his music, man? His music is fucking tits.
I love the mix. I love the mix of the violin. I loved just all together was amazing. And he was into it. He was loving his own music. I loved it. He waited for it almost feel like he listened to that song multiple times because he knew when those fucking things were hitting.
Yeah, he did.
And he was into it too. It was fun. It was fun to watch, dude. Fun. Fucking A.
Quick shout out to the goddamn commentary crew yet again. Tom Phillips and fucking Corey Graves. Corey Graves in particular. I mean, Tom Phillips does his job, but Corey Graves is.
Tom Phillips is just happy he has a job right now.
Right. Young boy Tom. Young boy Tom.
Yeah. Fucking. But dude, 2-man team works, right? I mean, shit.
It does. Chris Payne in the chat. Great pull. He just said sounds like Lindsey Sterling. Fantastic fucking pull. The Shinsuke Nakamura's song sounds like a Lindsey Sterling song. Perfect pull. That is a perfect pull.
Oh, nice. Oh, by the way, Dave just hit 60 likes. Let's get to a fucking 100.
Fucking A, dude. Too Tall is once again raising my game. Once again, Too Tall raises me from perdition. Holy fuck.
We just jumped like 20 fucking likes. Let's go. If you haven't dropped a like on the Dead on Dave podcast going on right now, you're high off your fucking ass.
Fuck, right?
I'm telling you right now. You need to drop a fucking like and get this man to 100 likes. And if you're not already subscribed to Dead on Dave, you fucking do it. Hit that button. It's pretty easy. Subscribe and make sure to hit that notification button when the man goes live.
You got me fucking crunked, dude. You just crunked me up. Yes, crunked. fucking crunked up, dude. Backing up, just make sure you also go fucking get on the hottest thing on wrestling on YouTube right now, which is XLT Live Podcast. This dude killing 70 to 80 fucking subs a day, son. He's killing it. Make sure you go check him out, too. If you like what we got here, that's unadulterated too tall over there. That's 100%. That's stick it in my vein too tall right there. Make sure you check out XLT Live Podcast. All the description in the description box, the links there. It's all there. Make sure you go check it out. Let's rewind a little bit to the beginning of the show. I want to talk to you about American Alpha's victory and that match, man. What did you think of that match? I thought it was a perfect way to open the show.
I think it was good. And I mentioned people like tonight, oh, well, they botched. I was like, it didn't even matter.
Botched did not matter. I think it even added.
Yeah. Even the Revival were like, so what? They when they were chanting Botchamania.
What the hell were they going to do?
Like, who gives a fuck?
What the hell was that move going to be? Because that looked like it was going to be sick.
I don't know, dude, but I think it looked like fucking Chad Gable's body was about to be twisted 3 different ways.
It looked like he might have died. It's probably good that they botched it because that looked like it was going to be sick. American Alpha is amazing. And to me, I said earlier in the show, I feel that they are. I've been trying to like pigeonhole them. Who are they like? Who do they remind me of? Because everybody else is easy. Fucking the Revival, the Brain Busters, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. Really easy to put them into a category. Cass and Enzo, New Age Outlaws. Really easy to put them in a category. But American Alpha, I mean, I guess the world's greatest tag team and all this. And then it hit me. Seeing the way they were kind of running around the ring at one point after they won the titles and everything, I'm like, they're a better version, which is saying a lot, of the fucking Steiner brothers. That's who they remind me of. They're the goddamn Steiner brothers. And it just blew me away that it just hit me like a fucking hammer. They're the goddamn Steiners.
I'll take it.
Yeah. I thought it was a really good opening match. I loved it. Goddamn, man, the Revival is a good tag team. The way that they manipulate the ring and stuff, and the way that they get you off your game, that was fun to watch.
Yeah.
Fun to watch, man. It was awesome. What do you think was the worst thing of tonight?
Well, you didn't see Apollo Crews, Elias Sampson, because it was a dark match, I guess.
Yeah, they got bumped.
I guess the low point would be the Baron Corbin. I really expected more out of Baron Corbin, and that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad thing to expect more from somebody. I expected more out of that match for sure. Yeah. But overall, Austin Aries took the opportunity and delivered, I think.
I think he did a good job. I like what Corbin did. I thought Corbin carried the match. I felt that he did a great job with his heel mannerisms. I really do. I thought he did a great job.
Austin Aries picked up after, he got smacked down a little bit. He picked it up and started. I love the axe hammer from the inside to the outside. It was nice. There's a couple different things I liked, but overall, I mean, it wasn't a bad match. It was definitely like the lowest point of the pay-per-view.
Well, it got swallowed up by 2 amazing matches.
Yeah. And if you have to rate it, fuck it. But it was still not a bad paper. Like, that didn't even bring down the pay-per-view. It was still fucking good.
Where do you sit on the whole Asuka Bailey thing? Every match had something interesting to talk about. A lot of people were talking about Asuka and Bailey. Some people did not like the way it went down. I think a lot of people are just bitter over the fact that Bailey won. It felt like or Bailey lost, I should say. It felt like a abrupt ending, but I kind of dug it because they're going to have another war. It was 2 minutes. Feud is continuing.
Like, she was in an Asuka lock for 2 fucking minutes. How long does she need to be in an Asuka lock before she passes out?
She just fucking went out, dude.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it, bro.
Yeah. But some people were being a little critical of it, and I was a little shocked.
Good for those fuckers.
Do you think that part of the problem might be because there was no 100% heel? It kind of felt like Asuka started to work heel in this match, and then at the end she kind of portrayed it. It's like, but we don't know her as a heel, so it's. You think that might be part of the problem, or is that just bullshit and hokum?
I think it's just hokum. I mean, fucking A. I just don't. It's weird, but I didn't hate the match. I thought the match ended, and people can be pissed all they want. Even the crowd was like, "Oh, boo!" And then they were like, "Oh, you know what? We're gonna cheer now." Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Well, it had to follow Zayn Nakamura, and everybody came during that match.
Yeah, everybody came multiple times. Somebody
Yeah.
probably came on fucking Linda McMahon in the front row.
Right.
Like 4 times.
She looked appalled. I thought that was her. I saw her during the.
If that's not Linda McMahon, then that's a good Linda McMahon lookalike.
I thought it was her because during the main event with all the blood, I thought I saw an
she was
appalled
pissed
look
as
on her
fuck.
face.
She looked over at Stephanie McMahon and was like, what the fuck are we watching?
Where do you fall
What
on
the
that,
fuck?
man? People are very outspoken on the blood thing.
Fuck them. Fuck everybody who was like, oh, let him fucking bleed chant. Go fuck yourself, Dallas.
You're my
all right?
fucking man, dude. Thank you.
Let him fucking
Oh,
bleed. Go eat a fucking fat
Right?
fucking taco cock. Oh, I'm just gonna let the man bleed the fuck out.
That
Not
is
only
a
is that
dangerous
bad
place to
thing,
get a cut.
Second,
That's a dangerous place to get a cut.
It can get in his fucking eye, and then it can get swollen and infected, and you could be fucking like, it's just, there's so many bad things that can happen. And everybody in my chat was like, oh, fuck yeah, man, the fucking blood. I'm like, it didn't make the match. To me, it didn't. Samoa Joe already looks intimidating as fuck. Finn Balor's a smaller guy. Samoa Joe already sold that he was pissed as fuck and wants to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
That's how they built this match. So the blood really didn't make the match, but they were like, fucking blood, man. All right, if you like blood, go fucking watch CZW.
Yeah.
And that's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
But the blood did not make the match.
No.
And you can go eat a fucking fat cock, Dallas, who was sitting there chanting, let him fucking bleed. Go suck on your fucking dad's cock.
In
Get
fact,
outta here.
I think when they tried to stop the bleeding and everything, and Joe was pushing him away, I think that added to the match. I think it added to
that
it.
was a good thing. Like I guess the fans went off of that, but I think Joe did that because it added to the match. I don't think he did it because he didn't want to get cleaned up.
Oh,
You know
no,
what I'm saying?
obviously. He had to
Obviously,
be
I'm
concerned.
Samoa Joe. I'm not going to sit there and act like a bitch.
He
You
bled
know?
a
Oh,
lot.
you go.
That was a lot of blood.
Yeah, he did bleed a lot, and that's another thing. It wasn't somebody messaged back and forth on Twitter, and somebody messaged me like, "Oh, that's not fake blood." I was like, "No, it's not. You don't bleed like fake blood. Don't bleed fast.
No.
Like it don't go like that. You know what I'm saying?"
And I don't know if you're aware of this or not.
And there was no Byron Saxon to pass a blood pack to anybody. Right?
Very true. I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but if you lose too much blood, you fucking die.
Yeah. Yeah.
You fucking die, dude.
I guess it's a new medical thing I'm hearing
I
about
think it's
these
a medical
days.
thing. It might. I think I may have read it somewhere. I don't know. Fuck.
Fucking people and their retardation. I think Dallas was just fucking just a bunch of cunts when that came around. And if you were there and you chanted it, you can fucking find me, okay? Because I'm not afraid to say that you're a fucking douchebag when you're chanting "Let him bleed." Meanwhile, Linda McMahon's like, "Who the fuck are these people? Are we gonna get the fuck out of here alive at this point? What's going on?
Right.
Like, where's the fucking security? Who told me to sit up front? What the fuck?"
How did this happen?
Meanwhile, Vince McMahon's back there sipping whatever the fuck he's sipping. Linda McMahon's in the front row, like, what the fuck am I out here for right now?
I don't even like wrestling.
Yeah, what the fuck kind of bullshit are we trying to do? Yeah, I mean, I think the blood didn't fucking do anything for me. It added a little bit, and if it let's say if he bled like Nakamura bled, that still would have been fine.
Yeah.
But the blood didn't make or break the match. What made it break the match was how Samoa Joe's whole demeanor was tonight.
I thought the
wasn't,
match was good. I really did.
Yeah. Samoa Joe delivered a main event match with Finn Balor. That's exactly what happened tonight.
Did you notice the ending? Did you notice the ending? They took the Piper fucking Bret Hart WrestleMania 8 or 5 ending. Did you notice that?
No, I did not.
It was pretty cool. I like that. It was a nod. Because they took a WrestleMania finish and put it at the end of this match. I thought that was that was self-awareness. That was not just accidental. Somebody goes, let's use the Piper Hart fucking finish from WrestleMania. I think it was 5.
I didn't notice that.
It was pretty damn cool. I liked it. But people got to understand something else too. This was not a planned blood spot. This was an accidental headbutt from a knee.
Same thing that happened with Cena and Rollins. Same exact fucking, like, Cena wasn't going in there, all right, dude, fucking break my nose halfway through fucking my head.
Yeah, right. That's what they do.
Like nobody goes in there and says that, you know. If it was a cut, you would have seen it. Somebody would have gotten hit into a fucking post. Yeah. Somebody would have been on the ground. The camera would have been on the other person walking around. Yep. You know, there's different ways. This was literally the first opening 20 seconds of the match.
I like that they showed the slow-mo. They showed the slow-mo replay of how it happened. I like that. I thought that was cool. It felt real. Crazy. It felt real because it was.
Because it was.
Yeah, because it was.
It fucking was. But again, all those people who were like, fucking, what do you mean? The blood, fuck PG. What, bitch? This is not a PG show, first of all.
Right.
This is a full-on 100% wrestling show. And you can, yeah, there's entertainment in it, but it's 90% wrestling, 10% entertainment. And guess what? Wrestling is entertaining, so technically it's 100% fucking entertaining.
Fucking A right.
You know? So just these people just lost. I just laughed. I messaged Albert's there, another guy that's a subscriber that's been following me for like 2 years, you know, a great subscriber. Same with No Dreams, a guy who knows me from Twitch. No Dreams was messaging me the whole night. He was in the front row. He was right behind Stephanie McMahon.
Oh, really?
He sent me pictures of Stephanie McMahon or whatever. I was like, get a good shot. You know what I mean?
Get a cleavage shot.
Yeah, I guess I'm good, bro. Now, but he was messaging me the whole time, and the other guy, he was up in the top row. I guess it wasn't as good tickets or whatever. But I said, like, I hope those fans are like feel like shit because they're bitches. Yeah. I think it's a bitch move. Like, oh, let him bleed out. And I was like, when somebody gets injured in basketball, they don't let him bleed out, or football. I mean,
professional
JJ Watt,
fights get stopped over excessive blood loss.
And somebody tried to argue that. Well, in the MMA, when they bleed, they just bleed. No, they fucking don't.
No,
there's
don't.
a limit. And if there's too much blood, the fight stops. That's it, dude.
And professional fights have things called rounds, where guess what they try to do? Stop the bleeding. What the fuck are we talking about?
It was just funny. I don't know, man. The crowd is like, I don't know. And you know what? I don't know where the stigma comes from, but I guess the Attitude Era to everybody was just blood. I don't remember it just being blood.
There was nothing else.
That's all it was. It was just fucking blood. It wasn't wrestling. Stone Cold didn't sell out arenas.
No.
You know, just drinking beer and fucking stunning people. It was just blood, apparently.
It was just blood.
You know?
Mankind, fucking Triple H, Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, we saw blood, and the Hell in a Cell match with Taker and fucking Foley was amazing. Yeah. We saw blood or whatever. We get but not every fucking night was like that. You know?
No, and it's rarely planned.
We didn't see blood when the penis was chopped off.
I can only think of a couple of spots in my life where wrestlers have admitted to saying, "Okay, we're gonna try and do something gratuitous for wrestling, like break a nose or something like that." One of the things that come to my mind was it turned into a bloody mess, but it wasn't intended to. It was Vader and Cactus Jack on a WCW Saturday night. Cactus goes to Vader and says, I want you to swell my eye during the match. I want you to swell my cheeks. So Vader was laying these really heavy shots in his cheeks to get some swelling. He busted him fucking wide open, and he bled like a stuck pig. It was like the same cut that Samoa Joe had. You know, but that doesn't happen all the time because nobody wants to get fucking busted open like that on purpose. Nobody wants to get their nose. Hey, break my nose. It'll be great television. No, because it hurts.
Hurts like a motherfucker, dude. Yeah, I want you to go out there tonight and just go for the knee and let me tear an ACL because that'll be great TV.
Oh, speaking of ACLs, that guy who was saying that Luke Harper tore his ACL turned out to be right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turned out to be right. It looks like Harper did tear his ACL. There's no way he could have known that when he said it, but still.
Yeah, I agree with him. I mean, 6 months. If I heard 6 months, I was like, there's only a few things. I mean, it wasn't 9 months means that it's like an ACL, MCL, and like a meniscus or some shit.
Yeah.
It's the whole motherfucker. Yeah. So when I heard 6 months, I was like, that sounds about right. When he said ACL, I agreed. I was like, all right, that sounds about right. I'm gonna agree with that. I'm gonna go with that. So,
but it was the confirmed part that we were making fun of. It was like, it's confirmed.
I think I agreed when he said it. Like I was like, oh, this motherfucker knows what's up. Like I agreed with that whole statement. Like, fuck yeah, dude. You're fucking right, bro. Let's do it. I never met you, but you're fucking awesome. Are you Dave Meltzer? Because you sound like a man who knows shit.
You got your thing together.
Yeah.
Meltzer's gonna hire you. It's funny stuff, man.
You know, I'm also happy I didn't do the fucking the live reaction because the WWE Network was just eating shit tonight.
I had no problem, like not even a hiccup. Like I didn't even have like a buffering issue. It was on time. The whole thing was perfect.
I had mid show. I had a huge buffering issue every like 10 seconds for like I think part of one of the matches. It was just like it would stop and then play, stop. Play. It wasn't like doing that thing where it stops and like 20 seconds later it plays. It would just stop and play. Yeah, because you ever had a thing where it stops, W Network stops, and all of a sudden it goes fast forward.
Yeah.
Just like
that will happen.
Like all the shit that you just missed just thrown in your face.
It's like whoa. No.
When the network first came out, it had a bunch of issues. When I watched I think it was WrestleMania 30. I said, look, we get to see a fucking a highlight every time somebody doesn't move because it would fucking stop and play the same shit over again. I was like, look at this fucking highlight. It reels out the ass right now.
But yeah, it wasn't. I didn't have any issues. I know it's because I'm on a different server and stuff. Because I'm in Germany and there's less people trafficking in it. But it was, I didn't have a problem with it. It was really good. It worked really smooth for me tonight. And I'm hoping the same thing happens at WrestleMania, where I'll be able to see it that clearly, because that was fun. That was fun. It was just a fun show tonight. God damn, man. I'm emotionally drained.
Yeah.
Yes. It feels like my ball sack is just shriveled up little prunes now.
All right.
Yeah, that's graphic. That's graphic. But yeah, this has been a good one. I think we're gonna wrap this thing up here. I think that we've gilded the lily. What's your rating for tonight?
8.
Ooh. Went lower than most people. Everyone's like 9 or 10s, man.
Yeah, everyone. I don't know. I just decided to go with 8.
Yeah, I'm at around a 9, man. I just, for Nakamura and Zayn alone, I don't feel like if I say anything less than a 9, I feel like no. It's no. I don't know. But what time are you doing your prediction show for WrestleMania?
Tomorrow night between either 10:30, 10:45, or 11.
About the same time you did the other one. Okay. Once again,
Yeah.
I'll be before you by a few hours. So you get both of us. It's perfect. It works out for everybody. So check the links. It'll be up sometime today when I figure out exactly what time I'm going to do it. And it'll be up there. Prediction show, WrestleMania. I got a lot to say because stories are nonstop about what is coming. I mean, Jesus, man. If half the shit is true, what I'm hearing about WrestleMania, it's going to be ridiculous. So
It's going to be fucking bananas.
It's going to be fun. At the very least, it's going to be fun. Fun. Like tonight was fun. I just want it to be fun. Please, let me have fun. So there you go. Thank you guys very much for checking us out over here on Dead on Day Production and XLT Live Podcast. We really do appreciate all the support. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. This is our fucking mecca. This is it for us, man. It doesn't get much better. So enjoy it. We want to hear your guys' opinions. Please hit us up on Twitter. Me at Dead on Day V and Mr. Too Tall at
XL Too Tall.
There you go. And we like the tweets, so go ahead and tweet us there.
Yeah.
It'd be great. And we will see you next time right here on Dead on Dave Productions, man. Make sure you're checking out everything that's going on in the community. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit that like button on the way out if you've yet to do so. And we'll see you next time. As always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends or a fucking Too Tall who came in and just, once again, elevated me. God damn. Thank you guys very much. We'll see you next time. Keep it copious. Peace.